You're listening to the Telltale channel. Don't forget to check me out on all social media: Patreon, Twitter, Teespring, and Etsy. All links can be found in the description or on my website, telltaleatheist.com. The next article I wanted to take a look at is entitled, "Yes, a boy drowned at my park, but his siblings had a blast here." This is what creationist Kent Hovind said famously recently. This is another article by Hemant Mehta on the Friendly Atheist blog. This was written on March 21st, so let's give it a read and see what it has to say. Yesterday, creationist Kent Hovind spoke on his daily YouTube show about the 7-year-old boy who drowned at his Dinosaur Adventureland, a low-budget creation museum, on Sunday. The boy had allegedly slipped on a dock and fallen into a pond before being proclaimed dead at a local hospital. I'm sorry for the boy, and I'm sorry for his family. That's very heartbreaking. Instead of expressing any sympathy for the family or explaining how things would change at the park moving forward, Hovind briefly discussed what happened before talking about how the rest of his family's day was just great and mocking someone on Twitter who noted the incident occurred. Here's a quote from Hovind. "We had this last Sunday..." Let me see if I can do it in Hovind's voice. "We had, this last Sunday, rumors going around the internet about an accidental drowning here at Dinosaur Adventureland. And it's true." Am I nailing it, or am I just destroying it? Is this a good impression or a bad impression? I have no idea. Let me continue. "There was a family with 5 kids, twin 7-year-olds, all playing in the lake together. The water was 3 feet deep. Suddenly, the dad noticed that Steven, the 7-year-old, was gone. And he apparently slipped on the dock and hit his head. Nobody saw. We don't know. But he did drown in our lake. And we tried," to someone off screen. "Your wife is a medical doctor." This is what he said, apparently. "Your wife is a medical doctor. And she's right there on the scene with him. As soon as she got him out of the water, we don't know how long he was underwater. She gave him CPR, probably did everything right, took him to the hospital. Yeah, I mean, it's just too late. We don't know what happened. Anyway, the kids had a blast here, and the dad wants to bring all the kids back and loves the place." Always thinking about himself. What is going on here, man? Always thinking about the good press. This is not the time for that, man. This is not the time for that. It's okay for you to say, kids had a blast here, and the dad wants to bring all the kids back and loves the place. Put it in a separate video. Put it in a completely separated from the rest of the message. That should not be put together. And then he mocked the guy from Twitter before criticizing him for making the family feel bad their boy drowned. "I knew Kent Hovind lacked brain power. I didn't realize he lacked a heart too." See, okay, this is where I disagree. Let me come back to that in a second. Let me finish this article here. "Everyone who enters Dinosaur Adventureland is told they're entering at their own risk because there are no medical professionals or lifeguards on site. There's no indication the family plans to sue Hovind or the attraction." So this quote here from Hemant Mehta, "I knew Hovind lacked brain power. I didn't realize he lacked a heart too." I disagree. I disagree with that sentiment. Okay, let me tell you why. I have studied him. I have studied Hovind and his techniques. I've watched all of his videos, his sermons, and all of that stuff. I've studied what he does and how he says what he says and the things that he says. I've studied him. He is smart. He could be a cult leader if he wanted to. It's extremely disturbing the way he acts, the way the charisma, the way he talks, the way he kind of works his belief system into your life and comes up with explanations and excuses for everything. It's like he was so influential through the 2000s. He formed out a lot of the ideology of young earth creationism. People grew up watching this guy and listening to this guy and learning from him. I think he's extremely smart to a disturbing degree. And I honestly think that he knows what he's saying is a lie. And he says it anyways and comes up with explanations for things anyways. I don't really have anything to back that up exactly. It's just a hunch. I just think he knows that he's lying. But I suspect that he's locked himself into this young earth creationism thing because he feels like he needs it to be true for one reason or another. Maybe he lost somebody in his life. He faced some kind of tragedy where he needs this to be true or his whole life is a lie. It's like the sunk costs fallacy. You know, my mom is a Jehovah's Witness, and she will never leave the religion because everything that she gave up and all of the fucked up things that she did for that religion, if she walked away from the religion now, or if she accepted that it was fake, she would realize what a horrible person she is for doing all that stuff for a lie. And I think it's probably the same for Kent Hovind. I think deep down he may know that what he's saying is a lie, because he's had evolution explained to him like 16 billion times, you know, and he keeps coming up with the same bullshit explanations every single time. Keeps coming up with the same stuff. Like he keeps presenting the question, if evolution's real, if we came from monkeys, and why are there still monkeys? You can't ask that in a serious, honest way anymore, right, Kent? Because that's been explained to you, like, a lot, by a lot of intelligent people. It's like asking, if French and English both came from Latin, then why is there still French? It's like they have a common ancestor, the two languages. We didn't come from monkeys. Monkeys and humans came from a common ancestor. Like, this has been explained to you. You must know this. Why are you continuing to push this stuff out? It doesn't make any sense. But I honestly think Kent Hovind is disturbingly smart. And I also agree with Hemant Mehta here. He didn't realize he lacked a heart. I realized that after watching his content so much and thinking about the things that he says in such depth, I realized he didn't have a heart a long time ago. He's very charismatic to a disturbing degree, but yeah, he is very smart.